I'm proof of that. I was in a garage band and not cutting it, and
Yeah.
um, and I got on stage and I was like, "Wow, I can do this without having any musical ability whatsoever."
No lugging stuff.
And if you could take one message away from the Jim McCue comedy show is, I like that guy with absolutely no musical ability,
Yeah. Not there
and
was
I can
not
deliver that.
sure, I can honestly say there's not one note played during my set.
If you can even find a tempo, there's
Yeah.
something wrong
Oh,
with
no,
you.
there's barely a rhythm. Are you kidding me? Come on. Yeah.
Except for my apology at the end is usually pretty well polished.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I have mine, pre-recorded,
Oh, I like that.
so that at the end, Tony, sorry you had to sit through this, but
Yeah.
he has no other skills.
I
You
just
know, I yeah,
I do the insincere, I'm probably gonna get canceled anyway apology.
yeah,
I'm really sorry for
yeah,
anyone who might have been offended by what you've seen
yeah,
tonight. I
yeah.
know my family certainly has been offended for many years.
Yeah, sure. I mean, look, I get sick. This is coming from us who are at a place where you should listen to us. I'm tired of people, who are very successful telling me it's okay not to be.
Right?
Y- You know, I don't do this job because I get paid millions of dollars. It's because I have to. It's my pay. I go, that's not true. Those of us who are still slogging after 40 years,
Right.
we're the ones you should listen to.
And they're doing advertisements for, like, the crappiest little companies. It's like, "You leave nothing. You leave
Nothing,
nothing on the
right,
table for anyone."
right, right,
It used to be unknown people could do voiceover work, but they leave
right.
not even
No,
that.
right, and no, and it trickles down, and then people who need to work, and the rest of us get bumped down some. So
And the
anyway,
great voice people, that were amazing geniuses in the voices they could do all got wiped out by celebrities that were hugely successful.
yeah, yeah. It's when you find out also, like celebrities, they go, I refuse to do commercials. It's beneath me. I wouldn't do it. And then you find out that, they're hawking cookies in Japan and
Right,
China,
right.
and you go, right. The hypocrisy just continues.
Yeah, but I think that's even gone now. I don't think they even it's just
They don't do
how
that.
much
Yeah.
money can I make? And they're all doing Vimeo now. You can get a pretty good sized celebrity to sing happy birthday to your kids.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What's that called?
It's not
Vimeo?
Vimeo, it's
No,
called
it's Cameo.
Cameo. I knew it was an
Cameo.
FBO.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna start a Cameo thing, and I'm gonna go for volume. So I'll say I'll do it for a quarter. That's all you got to do. 25 cents, and I'll say anything you want, and I'll go for like thousands of people.
Your voice will be hoarse from doing thousands of
I'll
messages
do 'em-
every day.
I'll do 100 a day.
And some ex sitcom kid is going to undercut you by a nickel. It's Chippy. Chippy, you get Chippy for 20 cents. He's doing his voiceovers from a meth lab in Kansas. Oh, he's in a meth lab. Well, then I'll pay any kind of money to see him
Sure,
again.
I want to see. I've never seen the inside of a meth lab. It'll, it'll be good.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
marketplace will always correct.
Yes. Yes. So what's going on with you? Anything good?
Well, yeah, always. I'm always working on stuff.
Yeah.
I got to start finishing stuff. That's the main thing.
Yeah. No, you have a lot of ideas.
Yeah, too many, too many.
Yeah.
And
And
and thank
then you start them, and then you go, I had another idea. And,
yeah.
you're
My
yeah.
The only thing that keeps me straight now is that my sister, Helen, who helps me run the Boston Comedy Festival, also says, "Enough, enough. This is what we're going to finish."
Yeah. That's what you need is
Yeah,
a
I need, and she'll
person to
clamp down.
say,
I'm a little bit afraid of her, so it
yeah.
works.
Yeah. Sure. You should be.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think that's fine.
yeah. I'm working on a little book, and I'm going to finish that, and then I got so much I want to do with my act. I
Yeah.
always do.
Yeah.
Let me
We
ask you
all
something.
should.
You've done a lot of acting, a lot of
I
different
have a
movies.
little bit. Yeah.
I was thinking about you today because you take a few notes. You're going to talk to a guy, and
Right.
He's your friend, but I
Right
never
now,
talked to him.
I'm method, so I'm wearing my Viking helmet because I hope to play a Viking someday.
I heard there was Vikings sighted
Yeah.
in the Boston area.
Yes. Yes.
They've returned.
Yeah. So yeah, I think this is where they landed first, and I'm going to greet them, and they'll know a kindred spirit when they see one.
Do not pillage this. The Normans live down the block.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're going to try to be very woke with it. So what it used to be rape and pillage. We're gonna lean heavily on the pillaging part now.
Or you could do cuddle and loan and
Yeah.
credit.
Yeah. Just to help them out a little bit. Just to revamp, give them a little makeover. Yeah.
Those were the original guys with the rowing machine, weren't they? They were the original guys that had the
Yeah.
broad shoulders and
Yeah, they were big blonde-headed,
yeah.
rowing
I mean,
guys.
if you'd
They
rowed
have, I
if
think,
you rowed all the way to England, you were in pretty
sure.
good shape by the time you got
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And then you could use all that rowing muscles for cleaving.
Right. Yeah, but you know, it's a big accomplishment. I don't want to poo-poo it. But back then the continents were a lot closer together. They were like 6 or 8 feet closer. So it wasn't,
Right.
as hard as they make it out to
It's
be.
those last 3 pulls that will,
Yeah.
pull muscle in your neck
Yeah.
and throw your
Yep.
whole game off.
It was like yesterday, right? I was going I think this is how it works. It's like with everything. You have a plan and you think it's going to work one way, right? But then something happens where you get thrown off, so you have to adjust. So like yesterday, uh, I was walking to the grocery store. I've made that adjustment. If I don't have to take my car to a walking thing, I live in Boston, in the town, and the grocery store is less than a quarter of a mile away.
Sure.
Something I can handle. So I get my recyclable bags and I head to the grocery store to pick up a few things for dinner, because I had a prime parking space, which is choice here in Boston. And inevitably, as I get closer to the grocery store, my wife calls with add-ons. She knows I'm lugging stuff, and
Right.
and I don't know how young people work, but in my life, I want to keep my wife as happy as humanly possible.
Yes.
It seems to get harder and harder by the minute, but I try. So she starts immediately. Look, I don't want to extra burden you, but I could use 4 or 5 of the heaviest items that are known to man. Only if you can carry them. We need a watermelon and about 8 yards of chain and an anvil. Do you think
Wow.
you can handle that? And I'm not going to shy away from that. So I go, of course, honey, So what I'm saying is, like the Vikings, I had to adjust.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you come all the way home and she said, "Not that anvil."
Anvil, no, that's cartoonish. We just needed a small kitchen anvil.
We didn't need to shoe the horses, we need to shoe the
Yeah,
goats.
that's all. They're tiny, so
I always wonder, like, you got your Huns and your Vikings, and they get, they have, like you say, they got to be flexible. They get to a place, they open the map, and they go, "This is not the
it
village.
doesn't look it right.
This is the wrong village."
We'll see what we
You
get.
want to go? Well,
Plus, right?
let's attack them
Plus,
anyway.
yeah. Plus, yeah. That's what I'm
Let's be
saying.
flexible.
They probably had a lot. Yeah, you got to look. It's called an audible. You just have to call an audible sometimes.
You got all your equipment there.
Right.
Listen, your blades are sharpened.
We got broadswords. We got flame throwing catapults. We might as well use them. We lugged them all.
Catapult committed.
Yeah, we carted them all this way. Let's put them to good use. But plus, now there are no surprises like, with GPS and satellites and robots and whatnot, exactly who you're pillaging. Back then, it was a crapshoot.
Right.
You didn't know what you were going to bump into, a dragon or a sea monster on the way. And then you get there and you go like, all right, this is what we get with this. I guess we'll conquer these nitwits.
They had better things to hurt. They could, like, if you're mad at another village, like, you never hear the Red Sox saying a pox on your ball team, you know?
I think we should start using that.
We should bring that up if we could,
Yeah.
put
Well, we got monkeypox.
yeah.
That's, which to me sounds like a term of endearment.
Well, they say it's a sexually transmitted virus, which is a
Right.
much more, I like hurling from the bleacher seats, and giving someone the monkeypox is it's a real commitment.
That's a commitment, right? Right.
First, you got to find a
Right.
monkey who's in the
Yeah,
mood.
yeah. Well, right, and then you'd have to have
A lot of time at the
intercourse.
zoo.
Yeah, yeah. You,
Then you got to find a willing Yankee. And
well,
this-
I mean, think of
there's
that,
no
right?
Yankee in the mood when you're wearing your Red Sox hat.
Yeah,
No,
you got, yeah, you have to
sweet
go.
talk.
Listen, you'd have to have sex with the monkey, right?
Right,
Then wait for the pox to take hold,
right.
and then find some one of the deserving other players
Right.
who are willing to, if not forced to have sex with you. There's a lot. I'm not saying it. I'm just saying it sounds
what I'm
like
saying, there's a lot
it
of
sounds like
preparation.
something you might call a loved one.
Yeah,
My
in the
little
medieval days, they would just take a person that had something and they'd catapult them over the castle walls.
right, or they'd put them in the well.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
classic.
you
I
put
like
them
where you're
right in
going
the
with that.
drinking water, and then people have to drink,
You
and
got to find a Yankee well
that's what they
and sneak up with a catapult in the parking lot.
and start hurling people with monkeypox. I like that on the internet would look good. Wanted.
I think we just got to work on this plan. We're close. This
Yeah,
plan is really close to-
it's fine tuning at this moment.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
We got an outline.
85% there. Yeah, it's 85% there.
Not all these ideas are perfect when they first come up. You got to
Listen, it's called spitballing for a reason. You throw it against the wall, see what happens. That's
right,
all. Yeah.
right. So now
Go
the
ahead.
next pox that's
Yeah,
going to hit our ballpark is a comedy show
yeah,
with Bill
With-
Burr and Tony V.
yeah. I mean, it's mostly Bill Burr.
Yeah,
But I am gonna get to open for Bill Burr at Fenway Park. They're doing stand up at Fenway. He, to our knowledge, is the first comedian to headline a show at Fenway Park as a sole entity, and he was kind enough to ask me to open for him. We've been friendly for a long time, and I've opened for him on several other occasions.
yeah. It would seem to me like the Fleet Center would be enough.
Yeah,
But now, who wants to work that crappy little room
yeah. That's
with a roof on it?
yeah, that's silly. That's
Yeah.
that's so 3 years ago. That's so pre-pandemic.
You had that nice intimate setting, but is it
Yeah.
enough?
Yeah, I don't know what it's.
Now, does he call you direct for that, or does he have people that call you?
You know,
Does he have like
He-
10 comedians that have to take swings at a fastball?
yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I will get contacted by his people at some point, but it usually starts like this. I'll get a text. Hey, I'm coming to Boston, sometime in August. I go, good. We'll have a cigar. I go, yeah, I'm doing a show. It's not locked down yet, but you want to open. And I said, sure. And then, and then I text him back. Yeah, of course. Thank you. And then he goes, all right, it's August 12th. And I go, fine. Then he texts me back. We had to move the date to the 21st. And I go, okay, still fine. And he goes, oh, yeah. And by the way, for some reason, they want me to do Fenway. It's literally that simple.
Uh-huh.
And I go, yeah, okay. And then we're done. And then eventually his people will call me and they'll go, this time and that. And, and then we try to figure out where we're going to smoke a cigar afterwards. And,
There's
or
gotta
if
be a
there's a
place
place there. Yeah, that they'll let us. We'll be outdoors. So, maybe they'll leave a barn door open or something like that. It was like a few years back.
Despicable people stand during a game, and that's where you would go.
Right. Right. There's got to be an area. It was like a few years back. Bill got the Comedian of the Year award up at the Montreal Comedy Festival, and he asked me to give him the award.
That's awesome.
And it was, and this was that exchange. Hey, it's Bill. Yeah. I'm getting some bullshit award up in Montreal. You want to give it to me? Yeah, sure. Okay, when I find out when, I'll let you know. All right. And that's it.
We had a similar kind of exchange. I asked him, we gave him a year award at the Boston Comedy Festival.
Yeah.
And I sent him the communique, and then he said, and it might have been a text or an email. I don't remember what it was, but it was like, yeah, I'll come back and do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I said, do you need, what do you need? Like, what, like a car, a hotel,
flight, right? Whatever.
He's like, I could stay with my parents. I'll stay with my parents. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. I said, well, can we send a car for you? He goes, I can drive to Boston, Jim. Like, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And I said, like, what? And he's like, listen, I went to Emerson. I know how to get there. I'll just go knock on the back door and we'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
That's what makes you love the guy. You're
right.
like,
there's not a lot of hoopla. Right.
Yeah. And the guy actually, when he came to the back door, the guy at the door didn't know who he was.
Right.
Like,
of course.
Can
I help you?
Bill? Some guy named Bill. I'm like, please let him in. Please let him in.
He's the honoree. And I'm sure that didn't even throw him. Like a lot of people would get, do you know who I am?
At the time, Patrice was in the hospital, and he was mostly concerned about him.
Right.
Because he couldn't figure. At that point, they were just letting family in, and he was saying, "I'm thinking about just bum rushing my way in there."
Right.
Right. So, that's probably the only move you got. I don't know whatever happened to that because I hadn't talked to him for years after that. But
right.
What a great guy. I mean, he couldn't be easier to deal with.
Yeah.
Possibly.
No, and he's like that, always. So
right.
And it's always been that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you and I just saw him recently. He did a friend of ours, Wayne Previty, passed away, and he came back to Wilbur Theater. I don't know if he rented it or what he did, but he had a bunch of guys do sets
that he started with, right?
Yeah, and it was a really nice thing to do for Wayne's family, and wow, nobody's
Yeah, but this is even how he is there, and I don't want to make this let's kiss Bill Burr's ass hour, but
there's almost no chance he'll see this.
That's true. Although I don't mind doing it, but even that show, he was doing the show and he called me to apologize for me not doing the show. He goes, look, I'd love you to come by and say hi, but I'm not. It's for the guys I started with and who knew Wayne. And I go, yeah, you don't have to explain. I don't have to be on everything,
Right.
And I went by, we smoked a cigar, and it was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is all I care about.
Right. And that was always the best part of the Boston scene was the hanging out.
Yeah.
For the most part, with people you liked. And
sure. All I need, Jim, is a folding chair and a dumpster. And I am the happiest man there is.
It makes people curious when they read your writer.
Yeah.
He needs half up front, half before the show, and a folding chair and a dumpster.
And a dumpster nearby.
They say, if we gave Tony a garbage barrel, and you're like, that's not what I asked for.
No, I asked for a dumpster. Doesn't have to be a big dumpster.
When you've been doing this long enough, you don't settle for a garbage can.
No. Don't care what's in the dumpster, as long as I got one to sit by.
Nice.
It's calming. It makes me feel good.
Now you've been doing comedy since the early 1900s.
Yes.
And
yes, we used to have wood. We had wooden mics.
About 10 minutes ago, but I forgot to finish it.
Yeah.
Are you one of those guys that would, if you could get an acting gig, you wouldn't do comedy anymore? If you got a sitcom, if you got a
I would always stand-up's my first love.
Yeah.
In that term, but it would certainly alter the way I would do comedy.
Right.
If I had a permanent gig, it would, you could pick and choose more.
Right.
My take on how you're in the the twilight of a mediocre career is when they go, would you like to do the Elks Hall in Skowhegan, Maine? And you go, no, that's okay. That's, that those people need to be entertained. That's not the problem. It's when they go, do you need the address? You go, no, I've been there a lot.
I'm like, what is it? The Swans of Capistrano?
Right. You're just drawn to Elks Halls and VFWs and
you do the
Knights of
celebration
Columbus
for
Hall.
opening hunting day.
Right. Like, I don't know how you find it, but I was just telling this. I went to see the Who up in Bethel, New York over the weekend.
Yeah.
At Woodstock, where Woodstock was, which is a big deal to me. And I was telling people I was with there that you ever been driving and you have no idea where you are? You're just going somewhere and you go, all right, I think I'll, go to this little town and find a diner or a restaurant on my way to where I'm going. Right. And you really just have no clue as to, where this is. You go to your memory, you've never been there. And then you're driving through this small town and you see a building and you go, oh, I've done a show in there.
Right.
Right. It's just, so it's like places don't mean anything, but specific buildings you go, oh, right, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and all of us have done comedy in somewhere that you end up back in there eating, and it's not a comedy club anymore.
Yes.
The stage was over there.
Yeah. I remember this place. Yeah. We had to carve our own microphones.
There used to be a building over here where they had a blacksmith.
Hey. So, yeah, so I've been at it a while, and, the acting when it comes is it's fine. It's great work. I did a movie that's coming out at the end of June with Joe List.
Oh, nice.
It was his movie, and it's called The 3rd of July or July 3rd, and it's coming out at the end of June. And,
nice.
And that was fun. I worked with a bunch of people I know and like, and yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah.
Nice. They just had a recent one that came out, The Salesman or something?
Salesman, which was done by Trace Gatto's TV, the young people who are always trying something new. Rob Pooley and his partner Luke, and that was good. I finally got to see it. I had seen various cuts of it, but then we got to see it on the big screen in Arlington, Mass, and it played pretty well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it had a nice audience, and people got laughs, me included. So I was very happy about that. Yeah.
Because like when you got that script, you didn't see the whole thing. You just saw kind of what your day's work was.
That one I was in it a fair amount, so I did read the whole script, and you can tell on paper, But these little parts I do when there's 5 or 6 lines and 2 or 3 scenes, you really only do get your part. And then you have to sort of figure it out. And then usually as you get closer, they'll explain what's going on. I was a bartender in the movie Coda that won the Academy Award.
Wow.
And so that I just knew I was the bartender, and I sort of had auditioned for a couple other roles. So you sort of get a gist of what it was for, so the feel of it. But, anytime I'm involved in a project like that, it's, they need a lunkhead.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what your parameters are and whatnot, and that was good, so it was all good. Yeah. I actually won a Screen Actors Guild Award.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Because Coda won Best Ensemble for the Screen Actors Guild.
Did you get a little trophy thing out?
Yeah, because I was I'm technically in the ensemble, but no, you get a plaque, paper plaque, and mine came in a envelope that looked like it had been run over by a monster truck. It was all crinkled and bent and shit. And I go, oh, that's very befitting for me. And there's like a little ding in the award itself, like a chip missing, little scratch. I go, that's perfect. That's
You
perfect.
should have done a video like they have the new product opening,
Right.
where you open the package.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I've ever told you this idea because you're an idea man, and I think you'd appreciate this one. I think we should do a show, and we could even do it like this online. I want to find the CEO of companies and just hand them the product and say, open this.
Oh, I like that.
Just all I want you to do is open what you just sold me. And then
Now, do
put
they
it
get pin
back.
snips or scissors or anything, or they got to?
No, they got to be as unsuspecting as we are.
Yeah, so they're gonna lose a finger trying that.
Yeah. And then you want to go, okay, put it back so the box closes.
Especially the ones that are like shrunken into plastic.
Yes.
And
Yes.
hardened, because that's a razor when you open it up.
Oh my God. Yeah. People are sliced routine. You shouldn't even attempt that without calling OSHA first.
You should be able to rob a bank with that.
Yeah, you could.
You see, I just bought a stapler. It came in from China.
Right.
If you don't give me all the money behind the register, I'm going to make you open this.
This.
Sir, we're not paid to resist. We're going to give you the money.
Just take the money. Just get those earbuds away from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's my idea for a show.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet none of them will surface as volunteers.
Nope. They'll send some lackey.
We have to show up on their stoop.
Right. We have to hijack them. Yeah.
Which always horrifies them anyway.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
And the name of the show is Here. Open this.
Open. Bacon. Bacon's a perfect example. Hey, try opening this.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. Bacon. I'd start with bacon.
Yeah, bacon is.
It's a difficult task to unwrap bacon.
Opening the bacon is much more unhealthy than actually eating it.
Eating the bacon, which is bad for you.
Yeah.
But once you breach that package, it's useless.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, transfer it.
Yep.
But they say bacon makes your blood pressure go up. But if they took your blood pressure right after you open the package, I bet you'd spike higher.
Oh, are you kidding me? You'd be at death's door.
Chest pains. So, listen, we're going to get to see you this week.
Yes, you will, up in Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
Portsmouth, New Hampshire, at where? McCue's Comedy Club.
And it's right at the Rotary.
Listen, you have to know how to find this place. Don't think you're going to find it, because we're not going to. There's no signs.
No, there's no signage.
You pass the pie and cake display, and you take a right.
Right. Yeah.
And all the way in the back. Bar that you don't know is there, and in the back of the bar, there's a door that you don't think anything is behind.
Right.
And in that door is a comedy club.
It's one of the best kept secrets in the comedy world.
You had the great idea. We should have called it the Speakeasy.
The Speakeasy, yeah. And then the door should have been like a soda machine, or that swings open, or a
payphone booth you sit in and it spins around.
Yeah, I like to think of it as like the Alaskan king crab of comedy clubs.
Right.
Like if ever there was a animal that didn't want to be found and eaten, it's the Alaskan king crab.
That's right.
They go, we're going to have ugly, big, giant pinches. We're going to have armor, and then we're going to hide in the most remote sea there is. They'll never find us here. And yet we found them. So that's what
I like to think of it as a salmon ladder. They have to climb and fight grizzly bears, fishermen, eagles,
and
climb the ladder before they're rewarded with coffee.
Upstream the whole way. Sure, of course, I can see that.
That's what we provide.
But it's always a good show once you.
Yeah, the shows are great.
Find it, and those are the people who do find it. They need to be rewarded for that.
And we have a very high return.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of the Yelp reviews start with, once you find this club.
We're joking, but it's not. And
I'm not sure they really wanted us to be there. It seemed like a lot of comedians hanging around.
All right. And what's the name of the diner it's in? Because they'll be able to
It's the
find that.
Roundabout Diner.
The
and it's
Roundabout
located
Diner.
on a roundabout.
Right.
Near
Right.
the Best Western.
You could actually get there by centrifugal force if you went fast enough.
You got to time it right.
Yeah, you would eventually end up in their parking lot.
We believe we lose several people that don't know when they follow their GPS what is the first turnoff and the second turnoff.
Always confusing when it comes to a roundabout.
Correct.
Right.
They might come to a comedy show. They might go buy a Toyota. We don't know.
You whichever you need.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
We're there to please.
Yep. That's all we do.
All right.
All right. This was a lot of fun as always.
Always, Tony. Thank you. And you're probably going to see me casting my shadow on the floor
on Friday evening.
Yep, and we'll try to find the appropriate dumpster.
We have a space up there.
We do have a space.
We do have a space up there, and
And I still got the last cigar you gave me, so I don't know if it's good.
That's all we can ask.
All right.
All right, very good.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony V. He's going to be at the McCue's Comedy Club in Portsmouth at the Roundabout Diner, and then he's doing this small gig at Fenway Park. So we're going to have better free parking, cheaper hot dogs.
Sure.
And you won't. And the bathroom is a much better experience.
Sure.
Okay. Thanks, Tony.
Go. Thank you, Jim. Always a pleasure.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's it, Mr. V. Thank you.
Nice. Very enjoyable.
Okay, always.